Temple of the False God? More like Temple of the Bad God, am I right? Get out of here. Welcome back, fellow cardboarders, and a warm welcome to all the new subscribers on our way towards the 500 subscriber goal. Today I wanted to look at an unknown card you've probably never seen before from the dark called City of Shadows.
The Shadow? The Shadow?
The Shadow.
Which has an old and weird way to say exile a creature by saying sacrifice it and remove it from the game. So I'll put the oracle text on screen here for you to read along. So you tap this land, exile a creature you control, and put a storage counter on this land. And you can also tap this land and add X mana to your mana pool, equal to the number of storage counter on City of Shadows. So this is quite a unique land, which can ramp up throughout the game and has the possibility to create a whole bunch of mana by the end of the round. And now you might say, well, Tutor, why would I exile my creatures, like for example an Eternal Witness that has like an ETB, which I will probably want to reanimate at some point? And I'll say, you're right, but there are creatures you might want to sacrifice, and those are tokens. So probably in a reanimator deck I wouldn't put this in, but for example Gyrus, the Waker of Corpses, which is some kind of reanimator deck, but it exiles the creature it reanimates and creates a token, which you will have to sacrifice by the end of the combat phase. So to give this reanimated creature another last minute value to get out of, you could just tap this City of Shadows.
The Shadow? The Shadow? The Shadow!
Exile the creature token before the next phase, which will add a storage counter onto the City of Shadows, allowing you to ramp up every turn with a creature that would have been exiled anyways. Commander decks like Raynar, the Ever Watchful, who enjoys exiling cards from hands and permanents on the battlefield, will love playing this land, since exiling any creature permanent will yield you another 1/1 spirit token. So you could just exile this spirit token again, getting another spirit token for future turns to use. Hazazon Tamar creates a whole bunch of 1/1 tokens during the next upkeep of him entering the battlefield. And why not add 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 of those tokens throughout the game into the land, giving you more and more mana to use for other stuff. Another mean one is Yasova Dragonclaw, who can take control of a creature your opponent's control until the end of the turn, but yeah, we're gonna exile that so they don't get it back ever again, just after attacking. Sorry. So all those cards that take control of a creature until end of turn might want to put in City of Shadows as well, because we don't really want to give them their best creature back, do we? I already said that token decks would like to include City of Shadows.
The Shadow?
The Shadow? The Shadow.
And just don't know that this card exists. So Anointed Procession and also Doubling Season, if you play any of these, you will probably want to try out City of Shadows as well. Also don't forget about proliferate creatures, since City of Shadows adds storage counters to itself. Proliferate effects will ramp up the counters even faster. One little warning, cards that nombo with City of Shadows and are easily overlooked are, for example, Skullclamp, because it says sacrifice on the text, but it actually exiles the creature, not triggering any die ability, and you will not draw the 2 cards since you exiled the creature. Similarly, Pitiless Plunderer will not trigger since the creature did not die, so keep that in mind when you consider putting City of Shadows into your deck. Only around about 1300 decks play this land as of the filming of this video, and I think this number can be way higher, so why not give this card a try? One disclaimer, the card is on the reserved list, which is a reason some might not want to purchase this card, but the card has come down quite a bit from the highs of 2021, 2022, and can now be had for around 30 bucks, and it will never be reprinted since it's protected by the reserved list. So why not purchase a copy now, get it out of the way, and then you can play it for all eternity in all your token decks. And if you don't mind the language at all, some Italian copies exist for around $10. But now I do want to hear from you. Have you ever tried out City of Shadows before? If so, in which decks and how did it perform? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, do help us reach the 500 subscriber goal by the end of the year by giving the upper button a boop and click the lower video, which the YouTube algorithm thinks will be one you would enjoy next. See you there, have a beautiful day, and bye-bye.
Shadow. The shadow. The shadow.